So sometimes when we want things, we send out different kind of signals into the universe. One signal says that I really want it, but the other signal that we send out is that I'm not sure. And how do we do that? Sometimes we logically analyze and assess something and we think, okay, I do want it. Let's say I want love in my life. Let's say I want more relationships. I want friendships. I want more peace, more balance. I want money. I want wealth. I want all the good things in life that life has to offer, and I want it. But when you really go inside and when you check, you realize I am not sure about receiving it, which means if it does actually come to me, if love does actually come to me, if wealth really does come to me, if relationships come to me, friendships come to me, I'm not really sure that I have the capacity to receive it. So the body starts to panic. It starts to send out a signal that says that I'll panic if it comes. I'll not be okay if it comes. And that's how we send out two different signals into the universe where we want something, but at the same time, another signal goes out that says, I'm not sure. And this is not to scare you, not to make you think, oh, this is so complicated. It's about everything in life, everything in spirituality is about you coming into alignment within yourself. And that helps you on multiple levels. So it's not just that, oh, just manifestation, just wanting things and dreaming things and making things come to you is something that, being in cohesion or being in alignment will help you with. It'll help you with multiple other things. But if you're talking about this right now, that all of us, we spend a lot of time in our life trying to, let's say, make money, be wealthy, be happy, be prosperous, be in growth. And if we it's also very important for us to understand that we feel positive about the things that we want in our life. Sometimes we put down the things that we truly want. Sometimes we say, oh, I don't want love. Like, love is for people who don't really understand human psychology or behavior, or I don't understand this or that. But at the same time, something inside you really wants love. So this is not, I would not say unhealthy, which it is, but I would also say that it gives you an error when you send out the report and when you send out the message into the universe. You send out two different messages and they basically nullify. They bring back nothing. So when we think about money and we think about, it would be good, to have a life in which money was not an issue. It would be good to have a life in which I would have more than enough, and I would not only take care of myself, but take care of others around me. And if that thought makes you calm down, makes you come into peace, then you are sending the correct signal into the universe. But if it makes you think, I am unsure, like, I do want money, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I'll be able to handle it. I'm not sure the responsibility that will come with the money that comes. I'll be able to handle that. I'm not sure if I would be okay with people looking at me differently. I'm not sure if my relationships changing because they will change if I have a lot of money. I don't know if I'm okay with that. I don't know if the kind of visibility that money will bring me, wealth will bring me, is something I am comfortable in. So when we send out two different signals into the universe, we end up sometimes slowing down, getting what we truly want. And it's okay if that's what you want. It's okay if you are not ready. It's okay. And there's no rush, right? There's nothing that you want right now immediately. And it's okay if you don't want anything immediately. And if you want to relax and let things come to you eventually. But if you have been working towards it, if you are the kind of person who has thought about, let's say, money or love or friendships or anything that you want, and it's just not, maybe you don't see it, then it's important that we figure out if we are sending out the right signals. If our body also relaxes when we think about that thought, when we think about holding money and we think about holding love, when we think about holding wealth, when we think about holding relationships, friendships, anything that we truly want, does our body calm down or does it create anxiety? And that is somewhere where most of us panic, and most of us don't really understand that it can cause such a huge ripple effect, or it can send out two different signals into the universe, and it can actually slow down the things that we want in our life. So it's important that we tell the correct stories to ourselves also. What does that mean? If we truly want love, okay, then it's important that we tell ourselves that it's okay to want it, that it's okay and it's necessary and it's almost human, not almost, it is human to want love, to want care, to want somebody to, to be there for you when you want wealth. It is more than obvious that you would want it. You would want more in your life. You will want stability. You want happiness. You want peace in your life, right? Freedom in your life. So when you do tell yourself these things and when you do want things, it's important that you remove all the unnecessary garbage around that word. What does that mean? It means that you cannot stay in two places. You cannot say, oh, I do want money, but the people who have money are bad people. That's not true. And you can logically justify it to yourself if nothing else works. People who have money are the people who have worked for it, or people who have inherited it. Doesn't matter. Either way, money is a tool, it's a resource. What you do with it depends on the person who is holding it. It does not matter. Money has no mind of its own, right? Fire has no mind of its own. A hammer has no mind of its own. The person who is holding all these three things, they can decide what to do with it. Anything that you can use to build things up, you can also use to break things down. It depends on the person holding it. And if the person holding the particular vibration, the particular aspect of that life that you want, if he is holding, let's say she is holding that money, that fire, that hammer, then if you think you are a good person, you'll be able to do good things with it. If you think you are, hmm, then okay, up to you, whatever you want to do with it. But at the same time, understanding that connecting emotions to things that do not have emotions does not work out for you. You cannot tell yourself different stories at the same time. You cannot say, I do want money, but I want it secretly because I know that money goes to people who are not good and this and that. That was, first of all, is not true. Second of all, it's unnecessary. So it's important that you associate good vibrations, good thoughts with things that you want. If you want love, you cannot say, but I don't want to seem like a weak person that needs somebody else. At the same time, I would love the idea of somebody else, right? I would love to have somebody in my life who is there for me, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. So you cannot hold two contradictory thought processes about the same situations, because when you do, you slow your own progress down, right? And it's important that you keep checking, how do I feel at this moment when I think about wanting more? How do I feel? Do I panic? Do I panic inside, or do I calm down when I think about a lot of money? And put any kind of money figure that you want to have and think of yourself getting it. Does it make you relax? Does it make you panic? Does it make you anxious? Think about love. And I'm only giving two examples right now, but you can fit in anything that you want. Okay, when you think about love, like when you see yourself with somebody, does that make your heart calm down, or does that make your heart anxious? Does it make you panic? Sometimes we send back the things that we want because truly we don't want them. Like our body panics when we do receive it. So we keep on sending it back, and that slows down the things that we truly want. It's important that we understand the reality of situations. What does that mean? It means that if we spend so much time, uh, let's say, getting our resources together, getting money together, getting a house, a car, whatever that you need, we spend so much of our time doing all that. And if we associate now negative vibrations with that, let's say we say that I'm doing it because it's necessary to do. You need a house, you need a transportation. But I also understand that people who have a lot of money are not good people. So those things cannot stay together. I do want love because the society wants us to be paired up. But at the same time, I do understand that, you know, I strong people probably don't require love. Like all those strange stories that we tell ourselves about the things that we truly want are completely unnecessary. You don't have to hold them. You don't have to, first of all, you don't have to carry somebody else's beliefs into your life. You don't have to make them your foundation in on which you will build things. It's very important to keep using our own head when the world tries to tell us s- some picture, right? Because most of the times we are being sold things that are not really true. And there's usually some other mm, reason behind it. We'll not go into that. But it's important that you think for yourself, you plan for yourself, and you're kind to yourself. When you do want things, want them. Don't don't play a push and pull and be so hard on yourself that it makes it difficult for you to exist without it and exist with it. It'll, like, what point does that serve, right? It's very important to understand that you are clear about the things you put out in the universe. So when you're speaking to somebody and somebody says, um, let's say they say that wealthy people are bad people, and you say, but I don't see how that is true. And when you send out that kind of vibration in the universe, that I don't agree with this thought, like I don't see the point of this thought, like it's not true for me, then things come to you faster. So you need to align yourself. You need to, like, imagine the kind of person who was thinking, feeling, behaving, talking, everything in the same way. Do you think logically there's a chance that this person would attract things faster and better in their life? I think that would be the case, right? That they would be able to have better things in their life faster because none of them, no part of themselves is contradicting what they want. So that is where we need to get.